What if the most powerful technology ever created was never destroyed? What if it wasn't lost to time, erased by accident, or forgotten through ignorance, but buried, hidden deliberately to protect the world from itself? This is not a story about imagination. This is a story about fear, responsibility, and restraint. This is the story of the technology they buried to protect the world. Human history is often described as a straight line. From stone tools to machines, from fire to electricity, from muscle to artificial intelligence. But history is not a straight line. It is broken, interrupted, reset. And every reset leaves behind a haunting question. What was lost on purpose? Across the ancient world, we find civilizations that should not have been as advanced as they were. They mapped the stars with impossible accuracy. They engineered structures we still cannot fully explain. They understood mathematics, acoustics, and energy in ways that modern science is only now beginning to rediscover. And then, almost overnight, they disappeared. Not gradually, not peacefully, but suddenly. Look closely at the ruins they left behind. Stone blocks weighing hundreds of tons, cut with precision that modern diamond tools struggle to match. Buildings aligned perfectly with solstices, equinoxes, and distant stars. Chambers designed to amplify sound, vibration, or resonance. These were not accidents. They were designed. Ancient texts speak of devices that could draw power from the earth itself. Machines that did not burn fuel, but tapped into natural forces, magnetic fields, frequencies, vibrations. Some texts describe weapons that did not strike with blades or arrows, but with blinding light, unbearable heat, and thunderous force. Cities reduced to ash. Land poisoned for generations. Survivors warned never to rebuild the same way again. Myth, they say. But myths do not emerge independently across cultures separated by oceans and thousands of years. Warnings do. Now imagine this moment. You are an ancient engineer, a scholar, a leader. You and your people have unlocked a technology capable of reshaping the planet. Unlimited energy, or total destruction. And you realize something terrifying. Once this knowledge spreads, it cannot be controlled. It will not belong to the wise. It will belong to the ambitious, the violent, the power-hungry. So you face a choice humanity has faced before. Do you release it, or do you hide it? Destroying such knowledge may be impossible. Some discoveries cannot be erased without risking catastrophe. So instead, another solution emerges. You bury it, not just underground, but beneath layers of meaning, encoded in symbols, hidden in myths, disguised as religion, legend, and story, preserved but delayed. Temples were not just places of worship. They were vaults. Symbols carved into stone were not decorations. They were schematics. Stories of gods wielding lightning, flying chariots, or weapons of fire were not fantasy. They were simplified explanations for civilizations not yet ready to understand the truth. And whenever someone came too close to rediscovering these technologies, something happened. Libraries burned. Research vanished. Inventors were silenced, ridiculed, or erased from history. Their discoveries labeled dangerous, unstable, impossible, sometimes in the name of safety, sometimes in the name of secrecy, always in the name of protection. Because technology itself is neutral. It does not decide how it will be used. Humans do. And history has shown, over and over, that power almost always reaches the wrong hands first. Fast forward to the modern world. We are creating artificial intelligence that can outperform human minds. Energy systems capable of destabilizing global economies. Weapons that can operate without human decision-making. For the first time in thousands of years, we are approaching the same threshold our ancestors once reached. The same line they chose not to cross. And suddenly, old questions return. Why were certain discoveries abandoned? Why do some breakthroughs quietly disappear? Why are some technologies endlessly delayed, restricted, or classified? Are we protecting ourselves, or repeating the same mistakes? Perhaps the greatest secret humanity ever kept was not how to build powerful machines, but when not to use them. Because progress without wisdom is not advancement. It is acceleration toward collapse. Maybe the technology they buried was never meant to be hidden forever. Maybe it was meant to wait. Wait for a civilization capable of restraint, of responsibility, of understanding the cost of power. Because the true danger was never the technology itself. It was us. And one day, whether through curiosity, desperation, or ambition, humanity will uncover what was buried. When that happens, the machine will not decide our fate. We will.